we are here for another review. Yay! So a subscriber of mine has decided to send or purchase and send some patterned tights, hosiery, pantyhose, nylons, whatever you want to call them. Now some people don't particularly like patterned tights, but I have had a few subscribers contact and say that they'd like to see some patterned tights. And here we have a whole range of patterns. These are by Chic. I'm not sure what the size is going to be like on these, purely because there's a bit of confusion on the back of the packet as to what size these actually are, so we'll see. Anyway, let's have a look at some of these patterns. They're all black. Anything stuck over me. So we have some zigzags. We have some diamonds. 4 pairs by the no, more than 4 pairs. We have some little spotty bits. I don't know what you call those, like little spotty diamonds. We have some big diamonds. We have some diamonds that almost look like a fishnet inside of them. And last but not least, we have some more sort of diamond shapes that are small patterns. Now then, the question is, which ones shall we try? I'm leaning towards diamonds, I think. So I'm going to have a look at these. I must be honest, I am not one to normally wear pattern tights. Mainly because I sometimes think that pattern tights have a tendency to make your legs look bigger, which is not necessarily the look I'm going for. Oh, now what's going on with these? Is that? Oh no, it looked for a minute as though they've had different patterns at different points in the legs. So, oops, she says dropping them. Let's get the piece of cardboard out. So they feel nice and soft. Now this pack of 6 tights was $70. So it's sort of $11, $12 a pair. They're not cheap, not really. There's no panty or knicker bit in these tights by the looks of it. And in the toe, it goes straight down, a small reinforcement and a seam across the toe. So let's get these bad boys on and see how they look. Shoe off might help. So here we have our first diamondy pattern. So they're quite comfortable. They are quite soft. What you sometimes find with pattern tights is the pattern sometimes makes your legs itch, or you can feel it. You can feel that there's a pattern on these. When I've got my legs together, there's a design that you can feel. Yeah, they're quite nice. Like I said, I don't really necessarily do pattern tights. Kind of a wintry look, I think. So with a pair of boots, perhaps, might be quite nice. Should we have another go? Should we put another pair on? What should we go for this time? Let's have a look what these kind of diamondy fishnetty type look. They're not fishnets, but they have kind of that look, almost like a snakeskin look. So we'll have a look what these are like. So again, let's take the cardboard out. Yeah. There we go, and we'll just quickly fast forward to a quick hosiery change. So we have pattern tight style number 2. As I said, they're not fishnets, but they have a kind of fishnet look to them with large diamond print over them as well. Quite like these actually. Quite a nice pattern on these. I like them. A lot of the pattern tights that you sort of see in the shops all very much look the same, but I quite like these. For somebody that doesn't normally go for pattern tights, that's saying something. Again, like I said, they feel kind of very pair of boots perhaps. Nice thick jumper. Would look quite nice. Should we do one more? Let's have a look. What have we done so far? We've done small diamonds, big diamonds. We'll do some zigzags. One last pair. As the other three pairs are kind of a take on the ones that we've already tried anyway. So we have zigzags on this one. Again, there's no panty bit in these, but it doesn't really need it on these, I don't think. You don't actually get any kind of support from these type of tights. It is literally to provide a pattern on your legs. So fast forward to the next set of pantyhose. And here we have the final pair that we're going to try on out of my set of 6. Here we have our zigzags. Again, a nice wintry pattern. Yeah, I think as someone who doesn't wear pattern tights, generally because I don't look online for pattern tights, I only go by what I see in the shops, and they tend to be very much a standard pattern like this. I've not tried these on. These might look really nice on, but you see a lot of this kind of pattern in the shops. But of the 3 pairs that I've tried on, they are actually very nice. They feel comfortable. The fit is nice. I thought the sizing was going to be a bit strange, only because it says on here extra extra large, but then it says in brackets small to large, and small to large is the smallest that they do for people that are between 4'10" and 5'9", and then you have the weights down the side. So yeah, so just make sure if you're going to buy Chirrupy Chief that you look at the sizing in terms of height, but also the weight, because their sizing seems a little bit strange, to be fair. However, the patterns I think seem nice. They feel like good quality. I think they look good quality. Yeah, they're nice as pattern tights go. I like them. Thumbs up. And I think in the winter, autumn and winter months, with a nice pair of boots, nice woolly jumper, that whole cozy thing. I've actually got my heating on a little bit tonight because it is cold, despite the fact that we're still in August, albeit only one day left of August. Clock's going. Autumn is well and truly on its way, and I think pattern tights might be the way to go for the fall look. Let me know what you think on the comments. Thanks for joining. Catch you all again soon. Bye.